Ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers of the Zexonamid YouTube Sports TV, TikTok channel, and that is in the entire world, hope you are doing fine. Today, we'll be having one of the biggest games, that is the Champions League fixtures. The games are returning, that is today, that is at the round of 16. In England, we have, that is the Premier League runners-up. Arsenal will be in contention up against PSV, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. The likes of Aston Villa will also be playing, and even Borussia Dortmund. But besides me, that is the big man himself, that is the Prime Minister of football, that is Mr. Chitakule Martin, has just joined us to give analysis, predictions, and what we think could be the score. So, Prime Minister, as always, say hi to the fans of the Sports Scroll.
Okay, once again, Hamidu, thank you for having hosted me on this channel. And once again, Chitakule Martin, have a view on the UEFA Champions League of tonight. Thank you. We wish you all the best as you view. Okay,
to start from there, Mr. Martin, today to the fans and those that like betting mostly, you will be giving them some of the predictions and the scores, because most of them, they want to try out their chances, and they say that they just need an expert like you to give that is some good information. The opening game will be Aston Villa up against, that is, Club Brugge. I think that is the early kickoff. What do you talk about that? In that, that is Coach Unai Emery has signed that the likes of Asensio, Marcus Rashford. Don't you think this is a big introduction, that is, to Aston Villa? And this is time for them at least to repeat their reputation that they had to win up against Club Brugge. On my side, I think they can win this game. So for you, as a sports pundit, what do you talk about that game?
Okay, according to this game, according to the way Aston Villa is these days, the way Unai Emery has tried to organize his team with the likes of getting experienced players, like the likes of Marcus Asensio. Remember Marcus Asensio is a Champions League winner. The likes of Marcus Rashford. So I think Aston Villa still has all what it takes to win this game. According to me, this game will have 2 goals. And the double chance for Aston Villa X2. I think Aston Villa may not be beaten. However much, Club Brugge is not so
a stubborn team.
It's a stubborn team. Remember when they hosted Atalanta, they had to win the game in the last minutes. But I think this time Aston Villa, under Unai Emery, they have all the players. So I think Aston Villa can go and win this game. 2 goals in this game and the double chance X2 for Aston Villa away.
So who are some of the key players that we can talk about that is in Aston Villa? You know, this man, we always talk about him, the goalkeeper, that is Emiliano Martinez, has been player of the goalkeeper of the year for 2 consecutive years. Don't you think that this is a big name that is in the Aston Villa team and could lead, that is, this defense to attain, that is, success in this round of 16?
Of course, you cannot rule out Emiliano Martinez. Emiliano Martinez has been one of the superstars. He's one of the players who has made Aston Villa to be where they are. Because he's a very good goalkeeper, he's a very good shot stopper, and
even you can
rely on him. Aston Villa, according to the recent performance, one of the key players has been that Argentine man, Emiliano Martinez. I think still come back and try to do all what it takes. Make sure Aston Villa get a point in the very jam.
Don't you think that also Marcus Rashford can add on this, that is up front, more so to showcase that is his previous, still his employees, but right now on party time somewhere, that I'm still the Marcus Rashford who scored 30 goals, that is in a single season, despite of the poor form I've had.
Of course, you cannot rule out him. According to the recent form, he has been good. Still today, I think he'll still step up. He's the likes of Marcus Asensio, an experienced player, Champions League winner. I think Aston Villa right now, according to their team, they are well composed. They can threaten any opponent.
Okay, then our next game, I will be talking about, that is the Borussia Dortmund up against Lille. Lille was by surprise to qualify through. But now in Champions League, performance matters, and Dortmund has fought its way. That is again the round of 16, despite of them having some poor form that is at home. But in the previous 3 games, I think they are trying to pick up their form. What do you talk about this? That is Borussia Dortmund who will be hosting Lille.
according to that game, when Borussia Dortmund is at home, it's not an easy
Signal
team.
Iduna Park.
Yes, when they are at home at Signal Iduna Park, it's not easy to go and win from there. Recently, we saw the last team to go and win from there. It was Barcelona. It was a very tough game, and remember that game had very many goals. According to Lille, you cannot rule out Lille because remember, in the group stage, they went and won from Wanda Metropolitan, one of the stadiums.
They also beat Real Madrid.
Yes, they also beat Real Madrid in France. They also managed to go and win at Wanda Metropolitano, where you very well know it's one of the hardest stadiums
to pick a win.
To pick a win in the Champions League night.
Some of their key players, we have the likes of Canadian superstar, that is Jonathan David, has been one of the influential players scoring goals. And then on the likes of Borussia Dortmund, there is this Guinea guy called Sehu Guirassy. The man is just scoring for form. We have so many players over there, experienced players. So, as you stated on my side, I think it may be quite a hard game, but still, even me on this side, I will say that I will guard 1x, either a win or a draw. Then our biggest game, let us come to Arsenal, and then not Arsenal as the biggest game for the night, but let us come with Arsenal up against PSV, as well as we will conclude with Real Madrid, that is in the Madrid derby. Arsenal, some of your friends there, you remember you remember very well when we were watching the game, when you were being ejected, what they said. You as a Manchester United fan, I don't know whether you would wish them to go through, but as the sports, putting that aside, because this one we are on work, we know what Arsenal can do and where necessary things that can be done. Arsenal will be playing PSV. In the last 8 games, Arsenal has won 3. PSV has won twice, and they have drawn. That is 3 times. Still, Arsenal has gotten the advantage, but still PSV has ejected them the most. There's when we are going to go on the final with, when Villarreal beat you on the final, PSV ejected this Arsenal also somewhere. Then Arsenal also managed to beat them, that is in the previous game. What do you okay, humble it down and analyze it to the fans, the scores, what we expect, and even the predictions. Arsenal PSV away, that is in Netherlands.
Okay, according to that game, according to the recent form of Arsenal, it's not good right now because they have injuries, and most of those injuries are forwards. So we have seen them in the recent games. They have tried to play, but finishing in the final third is a problem. So that's one of the major factors affecting them right now. According to the way, it's very hard to win from Netherlands. We have seen the likes of Juventus. They went to Philips Stadium and they were beaten. That made PSV to qualify in extra time. So it's going to be very hard Arsenal to go and win from PSV, because even the last recent meetings, the last 4, Arsenal has not managed to win from. And even the last one had ended, that was 1-1. Yes, it has failed to win from PSV's home. I think this game, because Arsenal does not score, according to me, that game 1x for PSV. For PSV. And PSV are even currently topping, that is the Dutch Eredivisie. They are on super form, and they are taken long even to reach this milestone of round of 16. So this could be one of their biggest season. And if at all they are to eject Arsenal, I think this is the moment, in the absence of Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, maybe Arsenal could play and push it to the penalties. But in the penalties, we all saw what happened to them when they played up against Manchester United. David Raya with a 0 penalty saved. Okay, then Mr. Martin, the last one, or the big one, is the Madrid derby. Analyze it to the fans. I can just give out that is the back in the previous game, it ended 1-1. That is in the Spanish La Liga. In the Champions League, Real Madrid has beaten almost, in the recent games, that is Atletico Madrid. Even in the 2014, that is the Champions League, when they beat them in the most hurting moment. Is this the time for ATM or Atletico Madrid to pay back? Of course, according to that game is not going to be, since it is a derby, it's going to be a bit very hard. But first of all, Madrid is at home. It has the pedigree over Atletico Madrid. You have seen the recent games. But ATM has not eliminated Real Madrid in any Champions League knockout. Real Madrid is at home, so they will need to fight tooth and nail to manage to beat Atletico Madrid when they are at their home. Because if they fail to win from their home, it's going to be a bit very hard.
At the Wanda Metropolitano.
At Wanda Metropolitano, according to the way Simeone has organized his entertainment, including even his own son, who is a starter. So it is going to be very hard. The likes of Julian Alvarez, the Argentine international, they will need to step up. The likes of Griezmann, I think for me, that game is going to be a nice game since it is a derby. That game, both teams will have to score. Because the only way to qualify, you have to score goals. And the Atletico Madrid of this time, it's not that ATM, the Madrid which we used to defend, relying on the legs of Johan Fran, Miranda, the defensive line of 2014. So at least this Atletico Madrid of this time, it does everything.
They are good in striking, in the midfield, and even in goalkeeping.
So I think this time, that game, 1x for Real Madrid, and the goal. I expect 2 goals in that game. Goal, all will be expected in that game. Madrid will not be beaten at the Bernabeu.
Mr. Martin, what do you talk about the form of Anthony Griezmann, more so in the Champions League? And there is even a young player who has taken this as a norm of scoring great goals for Atletico Madrid. That is Sarof. You remember very well. The legs of Anthony Griezmann, Sarof over there, Julian Alvarez. I think this Atletico Madrid, this is the moment for them to shine.
Of course, according to when you have different players and they have a bit of quality, any player can stand out at any time. You have seen the likes of that Norwegian man coming on. Even the Barcelona fans, they don't like that man because he has stopped their happiness twice. La Liga last time when he scored the winning goal, then also in Copa del Rey when he scored an equalizer in the 90 plus. So when you have different players who are of a bit of quality, any player can stand out from any time and can give you results like the likes of Korea, those are ever coming from the bench. They can usually stand out at any time. Remember in the midfield, Kona Karaga, we have the likes of Koki, his experience. We have the likes of Depot. All these people are experienced. Also, you cannot rule out Real Madrid. Real Madrid, they are the defending champions.
And the impact of Kylian Mbappe earlier on was struggling with the team, but I think right now is one of the top informed players that is in the European continent. Despite of him failing to score, that is at the weekend when they were beaten by your lonely team, that is Anthony, the man who has transformed himself into a superstar with Real Betis, the ex of Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior. Could this be that is their title? Reason being that in the La Liga, I think Barcelona is in better position to take away that is the La Liga.
Okay, according to Mbappe, at least now, Mbappe, when the season started, Mbappe had not yet fitted into the team. But right now, you see that he has fitted in the team. So he knows where to be at the right time. That's why you have seen him scoring goals. I think still for Real Madrid, you cannot rule out Real Madrid.
After ejecting Manchester City comfortably.
Manchester City, Real Madrid on any Champions League night, they become lions. They don't start well, but on a Champions League night, the way the likes of there is the way they compose themselves. Most of when they are at home, the likes of Rudiger, I think Rudiger is back. I think they have what it takes, but since it is a derby, and there is that rivalry of Atletico Madrid being eliminated, being beaten twice in the final, 2014, and when we were at San Siro in Milan, after Griezmann missing a penalty in open play, I think this game is a 50-50 game, but it's not yet over because you know Champions League is always more interesting in the return leg. So as per now, it's not yet over. This is what the results that we get today show you what will be in the return leg. So that game is still 50-50. I think Madrid, as I advised earlier, Madrid is at home. I don't think they will be beaten.
Okay.
I don't think they will be beaten at home.
Okay, to the fans and all the viewers, I think we have gotten it all. This big man himself now part of the panel, that is the sports Prime Minister, Mr. Martin, who will be here. That is the Manchester United fan. So Manchester United fans don't say that you are not represented.
Yeah,
We'll be
yeah.
here in a battle when